Shem Mishmuel. This article refers to the Torah book. For the second Rebbe of the Sochatchov Hasidic dynasty, Shem Mishmuel Hebrew, Shmvl, is a 9-volume collection of homiletical teachings on the Torah and Jewish holidays delivered by Rabbi Shmuel Bornsztain, the second Sochatchover Rebbe, between the years 1910–1926. A major work in Hasidic thought, it synthesizes the Hasidism of Pshischa and Kotzk in the style of Sochatchov, and is frequently cited in Torah shiurim lectures and articles to this day. Bornsztain became known as the Shem Mishmuel after the title of this work, which was published posthumously. Title. The title comes from the Mishnah on Shabbat 12:3, which describes the prohibition against writing on Shabbat. The Mishnah teaches that if a Jew wishes to write a whole name like Shimon Shmvn or Shmuel Shmvl, but writes only the first 2 letters of these names, Shin Sh and Mem M, he still transgresses the prohibition, for Shin and Mem spell a shorter name, Shem Shm, which literally means name. Bornstein's choice of the Mishnaic expression Shem my Shimon O my Shmuel Shem from Shimon or from Shmuel for his title reflects the classical rabbinic play on words combining a rabbinic teaching with the author's own name. Content and structure. The first 8 volumes of Shem Mishmuel cover lessons on each of the Parshiot weekly Torah readings. In traditional Hasidic style, they are not printed according to the sequence of the Parshiot, but in the order in which the Rebbe delivered these lessons to his followers. The 9th volume deals exclusively with the Passover Haggadah. In addition to displaying a thorough familiarity with Talmud, Midrash, Kabbalah, and other classic Jewish sources, Bornsztain presents many of the ideas of his father, Rabbi Avraham Bornsztain, the first Sochatchover Rebbe, who was known as the Avnei Nezer, after the title of his major work. Printing history. The volume on the Pesach Haggadah was published first by Bornstein's son and successor, Rabbi David Bornsztain, the third Sochatchover Rebbe, in Piotrkow in 1927. Rabbi David published the rest of the volumes between 1927 and 1932, with funding provided by Rabbi David Parshinovsky. Bornstein's other son, Rabbi Chanok Henoch Bornsztain, who had immigrated to Israel in 1924 and became the 4th Sochatchover Rebbe after Rabbi David's death in the Warsaw Ghetto in 1942, published the second edition of Shem Mishmuel in Jerusalem in 1950 with the aid of Rabbi Avraham Parshin, son of Rabbi Parshinovsky. Rabbi Parshin also assisted with the publication of a 3rd edition in 1965. The 3rd edition of the volume dealing with the Haggadah included an additional section containing Chiddushay Torah, new Torah thoughts on the Haggadah, which had been penned by Rabbi David and which had survived the war, entitled Chastei David. Other editions followed. The 7th, corrected edition used by Rabbi Zvi Belovsky in his English translation for Targum Press was published in Israel in 1988 by the Parshin Family Trust in memory of Rabbi Parshin.